In the ring we stand tall, words are blades that never fall. Debate like warriors brave. Every thought we give and save. Through the noise we cut clean. Spirited, mind sharp and keen. With a spark that lights the night. Join us in this epic fight. Welcome to the Spartan Arena, where minds clash and thoughts clean. In the heat of every word, truth and insight will be heard. Buckle up and take your stance. In this arena, there's no chance to escape the fight by lore. Dive in deep and search for more. From heartfelt talks to fierce debates, we explore what fate creates. Side by side we seek the light. In the dark our minds ignite. Welcome talks to fierce debates, we explore what fate creates. Side by side we seek the light. In the dark our minds ignite. Welcome to the Spartan Arena, where minds clash and thoughts clean. In the heat of every word, truth and insight will be heard. Buckle up and take your stance. In this arena, there's no chance to escape the fight by lore. Dive in deep and search for more. In the ring we stand tall, words are blades that never fall. Debate like warriors brave. Every thought we give and save. In the ring we stand tall, words are blades that never fall. Debate like warriors brave. Every thought we give and save. Through the noise we cut clean. Spirited, mind sharp and keen. With a spark that lights the night. Join us in this epic fight. Welcome to the Spartan Arena, where minds clash and thoughts clean. In the heat of every word, truth and insight will be heard. Buckle up and take your stance. In this arena, there's no chance to escape the fight by lore. Dive in deep and search for more. From heartfelt talks to fierce debates, we explore what fate creates. Side by side we seek the light. In the dark our minds ignite. Welcome talks to fierce debates, we explore what fate creates. Side by side we seek the light. In the dark our minds ignite. Welcome to the Spartan Arena, where minds clash and thoughts clean. In the heat of every word, truth and insight will be heard. Buckle up and take your stance. In this arena, there's no chance to escape the fight by lore. Dive in deep and search for more.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the collaboration with Sparta HU Network and CBN Tech Talk. I am your host, CBN Tech Talk, aka Black David, aka Bear Paw, for another episode of Anime Unlock. Um, Good evening, Mariana. How you doing? Good to see you here. This is another Wednesday, another episode. We halfway through the week. I hope you guys had it okay so far. I know it's kind of humid, it's kind of hot. If you're 80, blasting full force like mine, and still not cool in your apartment, then I get it. I understand. Other than that, how's everybody doing? How's your week so far? How you coping with today's society? How everything come down on you or getting better for you? I hope it's getting better for you. Today's episode, well, I'm waiting for my co-host to come in. It's a episode of I would consider to be a classic anime. I'm glad you're doing good, Margaret. I'm glad to be. I'm very not only that classic anime, it's it's one of the type of anime too. What I found it had a very compelling storyline. It doesn't have the best mech, so to speak, right? Because this is based on the category in mecha anime. I like mobile suit and all the other stuff, but I wasn't expecting to see the more. Whoa, what the hell just happened? Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Like, there's some weirdness going on with my main PC, but I've been trying to tweak for a while, past few days, and just out of this nowhere, I lost connectivity, and oh, maybe I didn't say I froze. Yeah, that had to be true because it didn't add up at all. I'm talking, not paying it, not realizing what was going on. 'Cause I have my equalizer here. Let me know about my mic feedback whatsoever to make sure you guys can hear me. But seeing this happening, A few things can be because I might have to call my internet provider and ask why there's a drop in my internet speed, which I've been noticing that for a while. Not liking it, but it shouldn't be. I've got the gigabit packet what I paid for. So when I did the check the speed test right now, what I'm doing right now to speak, which is shocking right now, I'm getting download speed up to 500, from 550 to almost 600 megabit per second going down, which shouldn't be that way. That's 545 final reading. And my upload speed, which is very troublesome, I'm getting about 600 and 700, 733 megabit per second, which shouldn't be the case if I'm paying for gigabit speed, but sometimes you have to double check to see what's going on with court notice in and out with the connectivity. Anyway, before I got sidetracked with my next connection issue whatsoever, talk about a protagonist, talk about his co-stars. We got a childhood best friend, went to military school with him. They trained together. Trying to find out he ended up being the king of his own nation. Weird, isn't it, right? And both of them got a childhood friend with a female. Ooh, how do I put this? I'm gonna let you know. This is one of those twisted. This is, would I call it a love story? Hmm. I watched this several times. I say it was a love story, but it come off a little bit weird. If you able to watch this anime before, you may say that it's almost like a love triangle. I'm thinking that would be the definition you would call this, but the plot itself, when I think back, I was like, the king married the childhood friend, which they both was friend of. The queen had a severe level of feeling, I can't call it crutch, but feeling for the protagonist. I'm not sure the protagonist is kind of dense in the head, but I can say his mind is somewhere else. Maybe he's feeling for her or he's trying to tell him to not to. I don't know. This is very, I'm telling you, this anime, yeah, I can't say there's no fireworks. There are fireworks in this. It have a plot whereby it taking a script or two from our present day society, how we are, how we perform a level of bias against one another. Waiting for my partner Wally to pop up soon. Uh, but the thing is about this anime, what I'm very, very mad about, they did the movie, they did the series, but for some reason they never finished it. It's one of those type of things I've been trying to watch, just like showing TV shows, either a cartoon or a TV series that everybody have to follow. It had a great storyline. It became very catchy. You waited for the next season. When time for it to come, you get the notification. Oh, don't go through for it. They're not gonna go for another second season. They change their mind. You're like, what the? But you enjoyed the show. You enjoy the storyline whatsoever. That's something I've been noticing about a lot of things about when it comes to anime and anime production. I've been trying to, let's say, let me put myself in their shoes and try to understand why they make such decisions. What was the reason behind pulling a plug, scrapping the budget, closing the door, those kind of thing? I've been always trying to think about those things. Why would you do that? When you have a fan base eager to see the next season, eager to see the continuity of the storyline, but yet, for some unknown, unfair reason, you decide to put a plug. I always trying to figure out why. That always have been on my mind. I've been like, what's really going on? Which is strange. And ladies and gentlemen, my co-host.
I'm here. I am here.
Let me find out the old the young Orlando. Is it Orlando? No.
Wait,
How
say
they
that
call the
again?
Florida? Let me find out the Florida heat is whooping your ass over there.
It is, as always.
Ladies and gentlemen, the one thing I don't like about Florida, when they get hot, it is dry. It is so dry in Florida. You can pour water on your skin. You see your skin that's sucking in the water like it starves. How you doing, Wally?
Uh, I'm okay. I'm trying to recharge from yesterday
Mm,
because it
yeah,
was one of those days yesterday, for
can't
sure.
imagine. I was waiting for this show because I know I was just giving a little summary about this. It was one of those unique mech anime which I can see the story finish out or play out. But they didn't finish it, and I'm trying to figure out why. Hey, Eric, how you doing? Good to see you here. Let's get the presentation up. So, let me get you the introduction of this anime. Broken Blade, also known as Break Blade, because they had two different names but still the same. It's a fantasy mecha anime series set in a world where nearly everyone is born with the ability to control quartz. And what it is, it's a magical substance used for everything from daily life tasks to powering giant war machines called golems. The story centers on Rygart Arrow, a rare sorcerer. The term they're referring to, I'll tell you, break it down to me on sorcerer. Literally, everybody in the particular world have the ability to control the quartz
Ah,
that
fuck.
you on a device. Since he does not have the ability to control quartz, they call him on sorcerer. I think that's a preferred. Another way of saying that he got no magic, which very unique term. I digress. Who cannot manipulate quartz? Despite that, he is called upon by his old friend, Claude, who is now the king of Krishna. Krishna is on the brink of war with the neighboring nature of Aether, right? So his childhood friend, best friend, who is the king, Ford, seek Roger help because of an ancient, powerful golem, Ford the Delphine, has been discovered. And many things were very, very unique. Materially speaking, the Delphi can only be piloted by an unsorcerer being, meaning every golem they had on the planet required a court to operate. But there was one particular golem made without using that. It was considered very powerful. So he the only rare individual who do not have that ability, they see it fit like I know it's kind of like too obvious. I think this is for you. Since whoever had it back then, 800 years, who know, whatever, they had the ability, we had similar issues that you had, so maybe we can use this golem and help my army. Right? Ooh,
On cash rain
interesting.
mindset. Welcome to the show.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, welcoming cash rain mindset. You just came in.
Oh, I didn't see that. How you doing? Catherine Mindset, how you doing? So, as I was saying, the unique ability to were good. A reluctant and peace-loving individual, the heart of a brutal war. Now, it's funny how he get into war. Him and Ford, right, went to military school. Get with the child who was the queen. They finished the eighth day class. Well, I got don't want to be in no war. He lived by himself, so he like a loner.
Who?
The main protagonist, Rygart.
Technically, he don't live by himself, don't he?
No, yo, yeah, I forgot. He got a younger brother.
Yeah. The first episode shows that he didn't live by himself. He just went off
Yeah.
in an adventure on.
Yeah, he got a younger brother. He just kind of like, oh, I can't call it babysitter. You lost both parents, you got a younger brother, you're in with a farming, but you got dragged in because your best friend, the king, and you found out people know you like so when you meet your best friend who is the king, you find out who is the queen, your love interest, so to speak. Awkward. How would I paint it? It's like for example, let me put Wally into the mix. Wally the protagonist, him and a particular friend, they're a good friend, very close friend. And they had a childhood friend who was a female, good looking, nice body, nice figure, 5'8", all stack up and everything, right? But for some apparent reason, there's an awkwardness between all three of them. You haven't seen them for maybe 5, 6, 7 years, right? Okay. He got dragged in by the best friend. Oh, I need a favor from you. Yeah. You come to your best friend crib, you find out the girl that you have severe feeling for is with oh boy. Try not to be awkward, but in the back of your mind, you was like, nigga, why did I come back here in the first place? What was the point of me coming here for? Why I gotta be in an awkward position? You try not to look at her any kind of way. But every time you look at her, that feeling start to come back and linger. It start to kick you in the butt. You like, can I go home? Am I wrong, Wally?
No, especially since she had to put a gun right in front of his face. Literally, I'm talking about a gun right in front of his face. First episode, interrogation on site. I'm like, Lord have mercy.
Yeah, go ahead, continue.
No, that I'm gonna just leave right. I'm gonna just leave it right there. I'm not gonna spoil everything, but literally, like
Yeah,
on site, the moment she saw him, bruh, it was like bloop bloop. Next thing you know, it's like, oh hey. Next thing you know, whoa, wait a minute, wait, what you gonna do with that? See what that happened was
yeah, that was crazy.
running scenarios like it ain't.
And that's now you can never make that one up. I was watching. I was like, how you process that?
It's
I
called
was
what?
clueless. I was clueless because you have feeling for her. The first thing you just met this girl out. I mean, no, not met. You just seen the girl after how many you haven't seen each other, and all you can do is
Well, remember, she said you were supposed to come to the wedding and you didn't. And I was like, well, see
Oh,
what
oh,
happened
oh, oh,
was
yeah, oh, yeah, oh,
I had
yeah,
things
oh,
going on.
yeah, oh, yeah. I didn't remember that. I forgot that part. Thank you for
Yeah.
throwing that one in. Ladies and gentlemen, I had to agree with this part because thing for Wally input, homegirl pulled a gun on this dude. He was invited to a wedding, but ladies and gentlemen, I want you to put you in the seat where he at. You love this girl. You have feeling for this girl. You want her for yourself, not for your best friend. You were given an invitation to their wedding. Will you show up? Wally, would you?
Sure. Because at this
Cap,
point,
cap,
no, I would.
audience,
I'll just be in the back seats, deep far back.
audience, audience.
Hey,
All the
notice one
fellas.
thing. Let me tell you why I say I would. Because notice one thing. Think about this. Okay, you actually be at the wedding. Notice one thing. Why didn't the best friend actually be the best man? Okay, thank you. Thank you. I'll be in the back. I'll be in the back. Don't worry. The freak.
Ooh.
Notice
Ouch.
that part. Notice that part never came up. You can infer it, but it never came up.
Oh, 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 oh. That's why I say this anime is so again, guys, fellas, did he add that input? God damn, this don't sound right. You, let me rephrase it. You and your old school best friend, your childhood friend, you went to military school, graduated from military school, you become a king. She gonna be his queen. He invite you to the weddings, but he didn't make you the best man. But they invite you anyway. Will you show up to the wedding? Please put your answer. No, it had nothing to do with different religion. Don't throw that mix in it. Don't even throw that mix in it right now. Come on. Cut it out. You too, Kamwali?
I'll be in the back. Hey,
Fellas?
I'll say this. Hey, look, if you seen how she interrogated, I'd have been like, hey, look here. You pull that
Fellas?
fucking strap on me one more time.
Got your own mindset. Peter, Eric, will you show up to the wedding?
Hey, look, you know what they say. There's always another opportunity to get another.
Come on, I need answer. But yet, if whoever watched this show, that's my first question for this show. If you were in that situation and you were invited to come, knowing that you wanted this girl for yourself, but your friend beat you to the punch, and on
Hey,
top of
guess
that,
what? You know what's funny though? She knows it just as much as me, but yet she didn't do nothing about it either. I'm getting sick and tired of this. No, like I said, I'll be there in the back. I'm
oh God,
I'm doing that.
well,
I'm doing that.
now
Yes,
I don't know how to go rephrase the question anymore.
you did. That's the whole point.
So, if that
You
was
think
the
I'm the
case,
only one that wanted this? No, she wanted it just as more. That's why she came up with the damn gun into my face.
but what? Okay, hold on. You pulling a gun on a friend you haven't seen, Peter? You will show up. You of all people, Peter. You know this one, the biggest cap. He's the captain cap of this one. You will show up, knowing that your best friend took the girl that you wanted for yourself from you, invite you to the wedding, didn't make you the best man. Knowing that when they say I do, they'll be going home and be rocking the boat, they'll be rocking the cradle, they'll be rocking the foundation, and you'll be somewhere else getting drunk. You still show
Now
to that
watch
wedding?
this. Now you notice how Peter said if it was based upon religion or different religions. Notice one thing. I'm not putting religion on this, but notice one thing. Why did that marriage end up happening?
Mm,
What were the politics behind it? Because these are all different governments.
that
What
is
was the
true.
politics behind this?
Woo.
And again, if she had feelings just as much as he did, which she did because she pulled a gun on this ninja, then again, why did you go for it? This man said the shit.
Peter, you stupid.
This man said,
You,
"Shoot back."
you stupid. Ladies and gentlemen, we're one of the biggest fools right now on the show today. Yes, shoot, bang, back, bang. Man, I'm not dealing with this dude right here. He's on some on different thing right now.
See, this would have been the moment to have the sound effects.
Yeah, you'd have bought the sound effect. You would no. That's why I'm saying this thing is a messed up plot. I can't even call it a soap opera because it was just that twisted. You haven't seen him for 6-7 years. He say hi, you pull a gun. What do you want me to do? Come to your wedding and say no, you can't marry her? Have a whole entire kingdom up your. No, come on, Wally. He got no nation. He the loner. Homeboy, best friend, is the king. Who do you know go to a king wedding and disrupt the wedding and say, no, you can't marry her? When have that done in history?
Say that one more time. I was reading a lot of what Eric's saying.
Well, I'm reading this when the character dynamic sound you're describing make me think of Marquis Plus. It's almost that way. It's almost, but this one is more vendetta.
So yeah, repeat the question again.
Let me say, what I was saying, how do you know anybody who was best friend to a king that the girl that you
Look
wanted
what
to be
time
with,
we live in. No, I don't know no one that was best friends with a king. Time
But-
we live.
that's my point. Not in history, you gonna see that happening. You
Well,
come
not
to the
even in my
wedding,
own personal life.
you come to the king wedding, and the queen that you want to marry, you wanted her for yourself, and say no, you can't have her.
I mean, you probably hear that in a wedding, but not. But again, you're saying a king. Like, okay, we talk. So again, for the general, would you have seen something like that happen? Okay, yeah. Have I seen it in person happen? No. But
Yeah,
have I
but-
seen it
well-
shown? Yes.
If that were to be shown, would that man be in that nation or be just appearing?
What are you gonna do?
Hey.
What are you gonna do?
You go to
So wait a minute. You're gonna go out of power just because a bitch left you? Okay.
Oh,
Sorry
wait,
for language,
hold
but
on.
I went there.
So you telling me I can come to King Charles' wedding, disrupt his wedding, and say your woman is my woman, and I had the royal army come look for my ass?
King Charles can go get another. Hey, he almost had her, right? You can get another one. There'll be many lining up for you. The freak.
Why is it that I'm the only logical one here, but Wally and Peter are the crazy one?
That is logical. Move on to the next. There's more in the dang sea. There's more in the dang sea. What the hell I care for? Oh, winning bride.
Oh God! You want to say this had to be a twist? Cause I watched this several times. I had to ask myself the question: how do you cope with this awkward environment? How? It's like you're being tortured on purpose.
Well, duh. You don't got one person that's calling the truth. You got one that's like, he knows I like him. I don't know why he don't want to admit it. I'm like, I know she likes me, but I don't want to tell her that.
I don't know. I want to have my head cut off. I don't have the Royal Army look for my ass. Have a bounty. Oh, with his head. Don't try that to the Middle East. Middle East, they grimy.
Apparently, at least they still care for their position. That's the difference.
Yeah. Oh God. Let me continue. This we went in on the plot and it is like
We haven't even let the introduction. We're already 30 minutes in.
I know because this whole relationship thing between the three characters, I think it was evil. That was an evil setup. What? I'm not the one thinking that was an evil setup.
To be real with you, this is like cut and paste a little bit. Like there's been some relationships out here that have been the same way. Like this is like typical relationship 101.
I hope so.
I like you, you like me, but we're not gonna tell each other this shit. We're just gonna keep it very vague.
And when I see after 5 or 6, you pull a gun on me, really, really.
That's what I mean by very vague. But apparently, you went that explosive. No, but notice one thing. Let me throw up another part, ladies and gentlemen. When y'all see this anime, the first episode, literally, she pulls it out right then and there. The dude doesn't even say anything. And you're the queen. You're supposed to act queenly. What the fuck you got the gap for?
She's trying to say I wanted your dingling, not his.
Well.
And I agree with Eric when he say this. I have to agree with him.
But I've always gone to them to celebrate in silence. Ergo in the back. Thank you, Eric. I came there to be in the back, maybe get some food, and disappear. Thank you. I might be leaving with something. I might be leaving with someone later that day.
And better not be someone she know and say, who would I get went home with on that wedding day?
Maybe she might not. Maybe it is. Maybe it ain't. I don't know. I ain't close enough to figure that out. Nor do I want to be.
Yeah. I ain't waiting for no one to point a gun at me and ask me why I didn't show up there with her. I'm like,
simple. It's called I Have a Life. Just like how he said it. I had a life.
yo, this anime is so long on multiple levels. Anyway, let me continue the introduction. This unique ability is Trust Rugger, a reluctant peace loving. Peace loving. How you peace loving and you put a gun on your forehead? I don't understand that part. Peace loving individual. Into the heart of a brutal war, forced him to fight alongside his friend who snatched his girl. I gotta add that to the mix. Against a former allies and harsh reality of conflict. I don't get it. It worked in Black Soap Opera. The series explores the theme of war, friendship, duty. What duty? And unexpected power. What?
The duty as a king?
That he could snatch your girl and get away with it? Or whatever. Unexpected power that can arise from a perceived.
Keep worrying about the wrong thing. See, for someone that's speaking logical, you keep worrying about the wrong thing.
Okay. Maybe I'm feeling biased all of a sudden. Perceived weakness is known for its detailed mecha battle and a complex. This is way beyond complex relationship between the character caught in the conflict. Conflict. It's more of a war itself. I'm sorry.
By the time it gets down to like the comparisons, I will be able to speak on a certain comparison because I like to sit here and say this honestly. But Broken Blade is more like a fresh humor side of Gundam. But I'll just hold it for that.
It is, but this plot was like pissing me off. Like
I bet it was.
Who thought was this? It's more like I go rub it in, I go drag you back in, and make you walk through it and be constantly reminded. And
right, like the same way that he has to be constantly reminded that he had to ask him for his help to be his soldier in his own army. Hello, the pride goes either way. Either way, you getting trump carded either way. What difference?
Yo, that's what I'm saying. This is one of the anime you be looking at it like. Japanese title Break Blade, English title Broken Blade. Author Yunosuke Yoshinaga. Was a manga published back in 2006 to 2022. That's it straight. But you know, 2022. This anime is not even finished. Anime film 6 parts from 2010 to 2011. And the TV series came after 12th episode in 2014, edited from the film with some additional scenes. But where's the rest of the story? It was all I'm mad about. It was a good story with some effed up storyline, vicious effed up storyline, vicious effed up love triangle. We were already arguing 30 minutes in about how we would address it. I would not want to come to your wedding. I'm tired. I would now come. You pull the gun on me when I come and meet you after 6. I go look at you. What do you want me to do? You're married to the freaking king. What do I have? You gonna put me into the hot plate and a brick wall? What if I would interrupt the wedding and say I wanted you? What would have happened to me? What you have done to me? Would you have protected me? No. So why you pull the gun on me in the first place? Make it make sense. I would have called it out. I would say, you got to be kidding me.
He's so hell bent behind the gun pulling.
Hell, yes, I am still bent. Come on. That right there what got me pissed with the food. That right there, oh Lord, I could never let that one go. Like, how do you want me to address it without hurting my own feelings? Are you trying to tell me, suck it up, be a man? What if I take your sister? What if I take your sister instead? How will you not suck it up?
I'm gonna tell you one thing. Thank you. Thank you. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Thank you. Just know this. Don't return her back though. Remember? You took it. Don't return her back.
That anime, it was really like, yo. The first introduction to the whole series, it make you start to feel some kind of way. You like, whoa, like this is how we started this. You haven't seen me for 6 years, and the first thing you want to do is
Yes.
I gotta be hood. Like you're my homeboy. Where you bringing the gun on my face? What if you find out something else going on? You want to put me in more trouble? You want to put me in a more awkward situations? No, while we were like,
Apparently.
just hope he's not watching. Why you shaking? Yo, I'm sorry. This plot is all messed up. All in. Forget the mecha fight. It's the love triangle that made it worse.
Did it really?
Yeah, Broken Blade takes place in a fantasy world where quartz is a magical mineral that powers everything: machine, light, communication, especially mecha called Golem. Quartz can be manipulated via magic known as magic power, a natural ability that everyone in the world except him was born with. It's the protagonist who is considered an anomaly. Golem technology, mech. Golem are powered by quartz. The pilot can control the golem through direct magical manipulation. Golem design varies by country, reflecting the military and technological strength. Very true. It's a very interesting. I wish they can. Rather yet, it didn't list the production studio that produced it, did it?
Somewhere in here, I think it does. I believe so. It does.
Because this is why I'm wondering. It came out at the TVT in 2014. It didn't go further than that. It's 12 episodes. But how come to season 2? Welcome to season 3. How come to the rest of the storyline? Like, budget why you dropped the ball? These one of those type of questions I like to ask. Main plot: the story centered around Rygart Arrow, the rare individual born without magic, where magic is everything. The country at war. Kingdom of Krishna, Rygart homeland, and neutral and peaceful country. Atlan Commonwealth, which is an expansionist superpower that waged war on Christian, the Orlando Empire, and neighboring nation that is also involved geopolitically. So there were three nations in this mess. The main two is dragging a homeboy who would want nothing to do with it into the middle of it. Which is retarded, right? Whew. Basic premise, which is the most ugly premise ever. Rugger is summoned to the capital of Christendom by his old friend, King Hor the Betrayer, and Queen Sigurd, the homegirl he wanted for himself. When an ancient golem is discovered that only can be piloted by someone without magic, Rygart at the Athen army begin, its invasion, Rygart is forced into the front line. Really? You took my girl, you married her in front of the whole public. I went home empty handed. I haven't seen you guys in years. Call me up. I meet homegirl first. She pulled a gun on me.
Get over it.
I had to figure out how to talk her out from blasting me. I meet you. Tell me about a special project. Then you have me go fight your war while you stay back and get jiggy with it. This sounds like a revamped version of King David from the Bible. And I say that. What?
I'm guessing I'm gonna keep on hearing the dirty backstabbing RS editions every single time, right? Like literally, like every single time we hit a slide, take my bitch,
Yo, but
take my woman,
this
take my
this
love
have
life.
made. But yo, it's funny how this storyline have that type of real life setup. Whereby even if I'm feeling for the character, I'm like, dude, why are you doing all this for them for? You like chill at your place,
ain't
stay
feeling
neutral.
shit for the character.
Of course you don't care.
Yeah, I don't, because the character should have known. Should have made his shot be clear. He did it. Same thing to the female. She should have made it clear. She did it. Not my fault. You want to keep him as a friend? That's it.
So I go with foot in the front line, piloting Demetria Delphine, a powerful but old golem. What followed is a brutal war full of tragic decisions, betrayal, ideological clashes, and the haunting question: can a non-magic man survive in a magic-driven world? You see the anime called Machi, Muscle and Magic. If he can do it, then he can do it. Yellow. Main character. We got Rygart Arrow. The protagonist, I can't call him an airhead, but I know Wally would. Born without magic, Pacific, a Pacific forced into war, which is crazy. He's Delphine pilot and struggling with killing even in the war. You
Ladies
don't
and
like
gentlemen,
war.
see, David said he didn't want to call him an airhead. Do you know anybody in a civilization that they're in that couldn't simply read what was on the screen in front of them? Because he couldn't read the words that was in the dang suit when the thing started lighting up.
I know you couldn't
I
read
was
it. I
like,
get it. I know you couldn't read it. With a different language. It was an ancient golem that what we created long before they were born. No one could have.
The words were literally being spoken.
Oh, he can't read.
No, no.
So in other words, I forgot about one part. He went to school and cannot read. God damn. Now this is Wale. I know Wale gonna win this episode today. He will have every right to sun this character. And sadly I cannot defend him. Even if I tried to defend him, Wale would take every chance
You know what this reminds me of? The fact that you just said it. This reminds me of some Forrest Gump type stuff. He's soothing this energy. Like you're getting me into this vibe of he's soothing this energy of this Forrest Gump. Every single which way is like, I try to fight for my woman, but you're just losing.
So the other way, this is a future version of Forrest Gump. Problem is, did he get the woman afterwards?
No. Say it ain't so.
Poor baby. Come, you gotta cook him too. Come. You gotta campfire.
Oh wow!
I'm too black and hot for this.
Look what Eric said. Dead author. That's exactly what it is. Guinevere and Lancelot, but that is another story.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Eric. Thank you.
Take care. You
make this
put
stuff
it.
up.
You can make this one up. You can't. It's that twisted. I was like, damn. Horde. He tall, king of Krishna, rugged old school friend, gentle but indecisive ruler, but he the still of a woman. That's him. That's the guy that took his woman. What?
Yeah, he took his woman, but you're an indecisive ruler? Okay. That sounds like a man that took someone's woman. It sounds like you was giving that woman to me. Indecisive my ass. Fuck that.
God damn.
Indecisive.
Ladies and gentlemen, we
You
criticize
indecisive
anime.
as a ruler, but you knew exactly who you wanted to pick as a wife? Okay. Okay.
In this show, we criticize every anime. No one,
All
no
right.
one is safe.
Sure.
Nobody is safe.
Oh yeah.
Today
Very
is
indecisive.
Wally Day today. He gonna roast every character today. And we got Sigil Esther, Queen of Krishna, brilliant engineer and scientist. But yet, she still has feeling for Rygart.
Say it ain't so. The gun was everything it said. Boy, that's like every hood woman's dream. Pulling a gun on her baby daddy got you like that. I was waiting.
Ladies and gentlemen, he caught it out. He caught it out. I did not see that coming. I did
Oh,
not
my
see that
goodness.
coming. I did not see that coming.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I can't even argue that point.
She's every woman's dream. Like, bitch, I'm gonna have revenge on you just because you didn't make your shot. I'm like, oh my goodness. I know I went like a little bit over, but at this point, I was like, you know what, may as well.
You let loose.
Oh man, this is horrible. I'm sorry, it's so sad.
So
But
if it's safe to say that this character, Siegel Esther, was a 304?
wait, who said that shit?
Remember, she was brilliant. You know how the 304 they tell you to go to school, they're the most educated, or somehow they act some kind of. She pulled a gun. That's not etiquette. That's more 304 like. Don't you think?
Sorry, sir. 304 is about selling bodies. She was selling away a body. She's an escort.
No,
Why is she important?
No. She talked about the highest bidder, the king. Wealth.
Did she sell herself, or did someone else sold her?
Ooh.
Okay, thank you very much.
Ooh.
Again, we do not know how this
Ooh.
quote unquote relationship happened.
Ooh.
Okay, thank you.
Oh.
I'm very much so pulling shots here. We all know how the royal. Ladies and gentlemen, understand the old school ways of the royal kingdoms are always arranged marriages. Thank you very much. Hello.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Yeah.
That is true. I cannot argue that one. I cannot argue. Yo, Wally, dangerous tonight. He's not letting no one slide.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
No character.
Let's just all forget about how this all works. Okay.
No character is safe tonight. He got this. Rygart best friend from the military academy. I told you for hold on, this is why I don't get it. Y'all best friends. Rygart. You and Rygart best friend. Along with Ford. You for the other side of the army. You oppose the world but follow order and you're torn between duty and friendship. Like, hold up. Make it make sense.
Simple. How can you be opposed against war, but yet always every single time your one best friend always got to separate you and the guy that's always arguing? Apparently, you wasn't opposed against war at all because arguing is a typical type of war, at the smallest feet of words. So, yeah. Can we just say this is an oxymoron anime?
Yeah, this anime it beyond.
It's a little bit of oxymoron, just a little bit.
I'm telling you, ladies, if you watch this anime, you see this plot, you be either you're acting like me or you're acting like Wally or you acting worse than that.
And then to even make it even worse, how the hell did you end up in Athens if all y'all were best friends? How did you end up going there and then everyone else stayed behind?
Good question.
I guess someone just on the upper fields, eh? But then again,
Okay.
if they had peace treaty before, and y'all had no problem sharing soldiers, then I guess that's one way. You got deported over there. I mean, it's don't got the logical answer.
Ooh. Yo, you going in on the plot. Then you have Burkus, a ruthless Athenian general, symbol of war brutality. He's sadistic and arrogant, command overwhelming power. I'm not gonna talk about that character. That character lost a couple of marbles a long time ago.
See, ladies and gentlemen, hold on. Hold on. Before we leave here, you think I was gonna not say nothing on this last character? Of course I was. You see this? Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. Notice sadistic and arrogant. See, that is the true mentality of a ruler. But see, notice one thing: we have an inconsistent ruler, but yet somehow, someway, this is the guy that snatched someone's woman. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just saying, like, make it make sense. This was arranged. Let's just call it for what it is: arranged.
Yeah, he got it that one. And that's the girl who put a gun on him. Of all people. I don't know how you fall in love with the type of chick these days. Well, I know you were going to say something. I'm not
She's the true definition of every crazy woman. I promise any of you ever deal with a crazy woman, ask yourself right now, what is the craziest thing your woman ever did? You know I'm speaking facts. And trust me, what she did was right on crazy tip. Pull a gun. She pull a strap on you.
So, ladies and gentlemen, here's another question. I know this sounds kind of shady as F. Forgive me. If you get the chance to watch this anime with your girl, and that same pop of a homegirl pulled a gun on the dude, and your homegirl like, yeah, you're supposed to do that. Run. I'm just telling you right now. I think they'll be the excellent test to see what kind of mentality your girl really has. Because you see that first episode or so, and homegirl pulled a gun on this dude, and your homegirl was agreeing that, yeah, why you didn't do this, why you didn't show up kind of thing, pull gun incident. I think that lets you know the kind of girl you have. If I were you, plan your safe escape. Otherwise, you'll be in the same category with that dude in the anime. Or am I wrong, Wally?
You know what happened now?
Because I know I thought about that before. Now they came about it. Imagine you want to with the girl and the girl say, yeah, what, yo, why you didn't shout? I'm gonna look at her like, Note to self: run for your life. Yeah, you have ladies who watch anime, but if they agree to that type of point of view, that lets you know they are on the same boat. I'm running. Whew. Manga 2006 to 2022. That's 18 volume. Much deeper story development, focused more on politics, war, aftermath, and rather internal struggle. Internal struggle is more internal simphood, I would call it. Or am I wrong? Oh, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. No, he didn't.
Hey, oh man.
Oh, God.
It's only bad based upon the pick. Oh my god, this is so sad.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, this show, said it before, no anime is safe here. If your anime with a good production, we will praise it. We find something wrong with it, we will criticize it. Right now, it getting all type of bow and arrow and shotgun.
But not for the worst, just for the clear stuff that we see in relating to real life.
Mm-hmm.
Because literally, it is a reflection of real
And
life.
this is correct. It goes far beyond the anime in scope and resolution because this manga, the fact that they didn't complete the anime adaptation of this, I'm gonna look for the manga myself and read it all the way through and see whatever crazy BS he does. And if I found something that was not being done on the production, I would be on the comment saying, "Yo, read
But
chapter of so. Home your dirty. She
But when
cheated."
you really think about it, right? Let's pause real quick because I want
Hmm.
everyone to understand what they're really listening to. This anime was truly ahead of its time because if you notice, right? Notice the one thing we always keep hearing out there in the world about the future of our society, right?
Hmm.
We're going to be getting chips injected into our skin. If we
Hmm.
don't have it, we cannot function in society.
Hmm.
It's pretty much the same way. If we can't, quote unquote, don't have magic, we cannot function a court, which means we cannot travel the same way as the next person,
Hmm.
right? And then those that are that unmagical, well, you just got to do everything manualized.
Hmm.
So this is that great
Very,
little spin right there.
very unique anime of it. And like I said, the plot, the storyline, the drama. The drama didn't make no. I'll be honest. The drama didn't make no sense. It, I was thinking, is this an anime or this is an undercover soap opera?
Oh, oh no, the drama made perfect sense. This is called typical relationships 101. No one never be clear about shit.
Or
Other than the small little verbiage of actions that do make it clear.
or if the girl you like pull a gun on you, she's never meant for you to begin with. I'm just saying.
Or she just crazy in love with you. She just don't know how to
Oh,
find the words to say it.
but to pull a gun on you,
He-
really?
hey, she went from the guns to a big hug, a snuggling one to be a fact.
I still won't trust her.
I bet you won't. I bet you won't.
The gun doesn't leave my image. I'm like, you haven't seen me in 6 years. The first thing you can think of is, no, Wally, let a girl do that to you. And she want to hug you afterwards. You accept the hug? Be honest.
If she had pulled a strap on me, that converted to trying to hug me.
Be honest.
The thing is, I know two things very well. I know you was never gonna pull that trigger in the first place. Let's just keep it real. You just did that just for show. And two, if you're gonna do all of that, I mean, you know how to reach me.
Audience, same question. You haven't seen homegirl in years. She see and put a gun on you. They don't want to give you a hug. Will you accept the hug? Don't lie. Do not lie. I know Sonya will back up and like, whoa, whoa, whoa,
She wasn't
whoa,
gonna
whoa.
do nothing. She wasn't gonna do nothing. She's crazy enough to do it, but she wasn't gonna do nothing. She wasn't gonna do nothing.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Hey, I'm just saying. Just because you pull it, just because you show it, doesn't mean you're gonna pull it. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. If she was,
Yeah.
hey, look, I'm just saying, if she was gonna pull it, she would have did it. She didn't do it.
So it's funny now when you saw the company that produced the anime, Dybeck and Production IG.
Yeah, but that's for the movie films. I don't know about the series. Probably the same people.
It may be the same people because look at the year. It manga from 2006 to 2022. That was just 3 years ago that it finished in production. The movie was out from 2010 to 2011. 6 films, about 50 minutes each, and it covered volume 1 to 6. We got 12 more volumes left. High and no, let be real. Let's be real. It's one of the best production because you have high animation quality on it. The detail was ridiculous. It was on point. I'm not gonna argue about it. They were one of the type of anime you like. Oh, it was done in 2010, so they were a very good quality anime. So you think?
Yeah, based on current day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because when you look at so when you look at old school, current day, and then nuance, aka modern days, yeah, it's still nicely fresh. Popping a gun is one thing. A bullet wound is quite another. Exactly, Aaron. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh God.
Just because you pull it that doesn't mean you didn't shoot it. That's all I need to know.
Yeah, too forgiving. I'm not.
Oh, and look, don't get me wrong. You pumping it up there is all that. But again, if you ain't gonna pull it,
I'm about the principle. The fact that you pull it, I don't trust you.
hey,
How about that?
I get it. I get it. Don't get me wrong. I get it.
I don't know how you guys do. Y'all too dangerous. I like to play
Good. This is
with.
just comedy to me. This is,
Y'all like
I'm
to. Y'all,
basing exactly on this. I ain't basing it in real life. If it's
y'all
real
are,
life, that's different. But we ain't basing real life though.
no, y'all
This
like
ain't
dangerous.
power. This ain't power,
Uh,
right? This ain't power. This ain't power. Okay.
No offense, ladies and gentlemen. This is another warning. Please, 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 and begging you, please, do not make a anime adaptation of Power. We don't need it. We don't need it. Leave it where it's at.
Why? So they're gonna come in there with their own. They're gonna be like, man, look, we gotta bring the Asian games into the whole mix. Oh boy, letting them do this shit out alive.
Mm. You need no reverse up here. Leave that one alone. We're not. Uh-uh. They will condense for a more impactful in visual. But the thing is, I feel like they had a lot going for this. I don't know why they dropped the ball. This is another question mark in itself. Because if you look at the TV series on the next slide, 2014, that is about how many years after? 2 to 3 years after. 12 episode, a recap, remake of the movie. It also includes a few new scenes and slightly altered structure. The animation will be used from the film. So it actually, if you think about it, go back, Dybeck produced it.
Pretty much.
But it's only 12 episodes? Like, no, seriously. This had a nice plot. Too much unnecessary drama, but it brings the audience to the mix. But you always want to question why this, why that, why will you accept it be and why go along. But it had a good plot to it. Why did you not do multiple seasons?
I mean, honestly. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is where you hear my split
Go ahead.
counterpart conversations of this is pretty much the more charming version of Gundam in this case. Because
Mhm.
honestly, I think the one reason why this sort of like didn't went further than it should, pretty much because of Gundam, it was too similar, way too similar. And plus, like I said, in the relationship sceneries, this is really more lighthearted than in the other ones. The other ones were just brutal, like literally brutal. Like we're talking about what you want, and then this one's over here like, well, uh, being goofy than mother.
Yeah, but let's be real though. The storyline plot, I believe, it could have gone well with multiple seasons. It don't have
I'm
that
not
much
saying they
depth.
couldn't.
It didn't have that much depth like Mobile Gundam. Did not.
I mean, no, like there is definitely difference, but I'm saying in the similarities though, it was very close. And it's like, granted, you're getting a different feel for it, right? Because these are slightly different. But it's like, all right, you're looking at some of these suits, you're really not seeing nothing really like super tastic with these things. Most of them are sort of basic, other than certain people's skill sets. It's like technically you're running this with magic versus just piling the suit.
Hmm.
So I mean, it's just like there's different ordeals, pick and choose. But I do think this is sort of similar. But like again, I mean, there's definitely other reasons for why this could have probably tanked. Because honestly, it's not like it didn't do nothing like other animes did before, right? They started with movies, eventually started to slow down and go piece by piece. Somewhere it just falls off, and somewhere it just stopped. Like there was a consideration for something.
I agree with you. But
I
I
just
feel
think
like
the only thing is different here is like the only small difference with Gun because the thing is, like I said, it's way too close to Gundam because they have the same politics, art type. They have the same type of the mech suits. You have to think about it, it's way too close. It's like if you really can't get even the Gundam people to like this, in most cases, it's like, well, really, what you really gonna have a space for it? Probably not.
mm,
And granted, I mean, the only other difference with this and Gundam is like, well, this is like a throwback version suit versus a nuance. So you're sort of taking an oldie with barely any damage, with barely new refinings, to something that is brand new, and then it's like, okay, well, all this other stuff. So it just like it's just too close to home, as they would say.
that's what you're saying. Because I myself, I want to see how much the story progress. You know what I'm saying? They even have the Gunpla version of it. It was very unique for itself. And the storyline, I'll be honest, I love the storyline. And the way I'm seeing it right now, I'm like, this is no joke of a manga that I animate my adaptation of it. You're only giving 12 episodes, and the story and the plot it got very intriguing to the point where you want to see more of it. And found out they didn't do no more after that. It was like, what the hell? Why drop the ball? Why stop? So I get it. There may be a similarity, but still, let it play out. I would suggest that let it play out. Let people see for themselves. That was my concern. But I find that this thing did not go any further. They didn't take it out and make sure it played out completely. It's like saying, why leave you hanging? Why do
I
that?
mean, I'm pretty sure there's more details than what I'm just saying. Like, there's an actual official reason why they didn't push forward, but I got away with that. Cause I know I heard because when I was looking this up, I heard that there was like an OVA version of this that was putting in production, but they closed it. Something like that to that nature. I gotta look it up again, but yeah.
But this is why, remember we talked about it before, there was some great anime that could have had a continuation. It didn't go further. Like Mangaiver, Bible to Armor. They did the first adaptation of it, and they did a reboot of it, right?
Uh,
They didn't even finish it. Why? And we haven't got a chance to talk about that one yet. I think we will talk about that one soon.
wait, Gyra's an anime?
Diver, the Babu, the armor.
That's an anime?
Yes.
I thought that was just a regular. Oh wow,
Yep. It's an anime.
I didn't know that. I thought that was just a regular show.
Trust me. You want to watch it. They had 2 adaptations. The second one was better than the first one. But they didn't complete the story. The chalkboard just like, and I'm like,
I swear I thought this was just a regular show. I never know this
Whoa.
was an anime. Oh wow, okay.
they even did a live action version of it though.
But that's what I'm saying. The live action, I'm thinking this was just a regular show. Like it was a regular like show.
I
maybe
saw the
it was
live
a
action.
comic.
I will feel it up by the way. I was like, okay.
Oh my goodness. Well, definitely got to put this up then.
I'll say watch it before we get a chance to talk about it. To when you watch and see what I'm talking about, then you start to feel why I said, why did they not finish it? Why did they just drop the ball? This is something I'm tired. The Japanese animation culture is very unique, very explosive, and very amazing. They make a lot of great anime. Some of the anime, it was developing a fan base whereby people were waiting for more, and then year passed by. You're like, what's up? This came out in 2010, 2011, right? The movie. Then they did the anime 2014, right? 12 episodes. Remember what happened with Berserk?
Pretty much.
How many years did it wait until they continued with it?
A few good years.
Okay, then. And this is why we are talking about. I want to build a show of we talk about these things. We not only introduce people to a lot of great anime that we have seen and love, so you can see for yourself, but give the insights behind it. I told me about it. There's a lot of other anime that's now coming that we heard. For example, they're doing a reboot of Fist of the North Star.
Yeah, I heard that.
Put that in the Discord server, and I was like,
And for those that don't know
reboot?
what Fist of the North Star is, that's pretty much the beginning trails to JoJo, Bizarre Adventures, Dragon Ball, a whole bunch of things.
mm-hmm.
Literally.
That is an icon of anime. I think we will try to see if we can get convince from Peter to put the Discord server onto the YouTube page. We can start
We'll
doing it.
add it eventually.
Yeah, because we want to get into the conversation of stuff like that because we talk about a little bit more anime and a little bit other stuff. But that's the thing I'm talking about this thing. Cause like, if they can't continue and it is a budget issue, then why? Because I see they're selling the toy on Amazon and some other toys.
I don't think so. It's a budget issue. I mean, 12 episodes don't look like a budget issue. And plus, it's
We
not
think
like
that-
there's a lot of big, super effects to this, ultimately.
What do you think would it be?
Honestly, I think it's just more of a market. I mean, granted, we have to do the research to know for sure, but I think it's a market thing.
What you saying? I don't want to what you're saying because this anime it was really good. It had a plot, it had a story, it had a drama. Yeah, good like drama, but it's a very good thing. Core thing: war and pacifism. But I guess with killing and reality of war is central. Why join the military? Why go to military school? He's a reluctant pilot who is forced to make more compromise. Friendship across enemy lines. Good luck with that one. In present time,
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I got a piece of the story, but let's continue here and then we'll go from there.
give us intel. You can wait.
No, did
Go
you
ahead.
finish this? Finish this first.
Okay, let me finish up. The broken bond between Zaga and Zed highlight the emotional cost of national conflict. Science versus magic. Siegel character explored the fusion of science and magic and the idea of technological advancement despite limitations. Power and leadership. Broad indecisiveness versus vocal tyranny reflect different leadership styles, both with consequences. One indecisive included, one is a damn train wreck.
I'm supposed to believe someone's taking someone's bitch. Again, sorry for the language, but I'm gonna have to be a little bit brutal here. All right, so look.
Yeah, go ahead.
So why didn't Broken Blade not continue? Well, first and foremost, this is the top of the crop right here, and that is the manga's production issues and the health of the author.
Okay, hold on. How many people do we know have health issues? Akira Toriyama, Dragon Ball. Hunter x
Berserker.
Hunter. Berserker, the author for Hunter x Hunter. Remember Hunter x Hunter? He had health issues too. Berserk author had health issues. I'm like, damn. Who give these authors stress?
I mean, hey, don't get me wrong. It is tough when you're creating a project of this magnitude.
I'm not gonna lie.
Especially to deliver it to the point that you do not fail. Because let's be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if these creators are reading comments of how people feel about the anime and they're like, oh my God, they're overwhelmed because the next step could be the final one. Sometimes you're hearing those critics.
I'm
You may not be saying nothing on the critics, but you definitely hearing them.
Because all the best writers for some of these best anime, they all had a common thing, having health issues. Like, are they saying that the huge amount of positive feedback that they put a lot of stress and pressure on them? Because for one, it's like saying they didn't think they would create a very unique and entertaining anime / manga. I mean, they didn't expect it to be this huge. Dragon Ball franchise is huge. Berserk is dark and huge. Hunter x Hunter. Okay, hold on. Ladies and gentlemen, I know we will talk about. You haven't got a chance to talk about Hunter x Hunter, but between Hunter x Hunter and Berserk, which one is darker?
What you said? What? Say it again.
Between Hunter x Hunter and Berserk, which one is darker?
Berserker.
Berserker?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Berserk.
Well, you have seen Hunter x Hunter, right?
Yeah, I have seen Hunter x Hunter.
You see some of the theme that it just.
I mean, don't get me wrong, it's on par right there, but at least from one standpoint, I mean, you can say in some ways from the side of Killua's story, you can definitely say, yeah, you could probably give it to Killua alone, but then it's like, but then we gotta think about it from the crazy mental stability of Guts.
Oh yeah.
I'm
sorry.
Nah. You ain't living with demons for the rest of your life, bro. I'm sorry. Nah, bro.
Yeah, you got that one. That's another honorable mention. If you get a chance to watch Hunter x Hunter before we talk about it, please watch it. That's another dark anime, bro. Woo.
Right. So another piece of a reason was the manga's conclusion. So that was something, an added caveat. Of course, you can't have a conclusion if you don't got the writer. But let me just read into it a little bit. The manga itself officially ended in 2022 after a long run, with its final composed volume shipping in October of 2022. While it had a dedicated fan base, the draw out publication and eventual conclusion of the manga meant there was no more ongoing stories to adapt. Meaning the simple fact of closing out the manga was pretty much the dart in this whole project of Broken Blade. So Broken Blade had a fan base, but it was the the coup de grace of it dying because it wasn't continuing.
In other words, the man created a masterpiece and he couldn't deal with the pressure. Pressure was crushing him.
Right. Now, funny enough, now this is actually the third reason, and I did mention this a little bit earlier. I'm surprised I'm actually spot on about this after looking at one of the many videos making the presentation. But yes, declining sales and OVA cancellation. That was the third reason.
So what do you think will make the sale be declined? Like what happened? Did he check?
Well,
Did he
let me read
lose?
into it. Let me read into it. There was
Okay.
mentions of declining sales for the manga, which can certainly influence the decisions to invest in further anime productions. Meaning, because the manga was selling lesser and lesser, that means there was no real drive to really keep pushing production.
Mm.
Ergo, which stopped them from doing the project altogether. But let me
That
go
makes sense.
further. In in additionally, an original video animation, aka the OVA project, what that was announced in 2014, intended to devolve into a backstory of the Golem Delphine, was
Yeah.
ultimately canceled in 2016 after uh consultation consult consultation consultation with the author. Consultants with the
Mm.
author. This cancellation suggests a lack of significant support, or lack of significant support. So that pretty much what it was. So there was a project. There was gonna do a backdrop story on the golem stuff. So basically, we are gonna get like a backdrop story prevalent to this story in addition, and it just said,
Hmm.
it just tunked. It just tanked.
I think the backdrop story would have been real good because people understand how they're gonna build
Well, of
first.
course, because this is one in particular golem that is not functionable of the newer age stuff. So it's like, well, how you mesh? So Eric says the last anime I got hooked into before I met you guys is Black Lagoon, which shows you how sadly far behind I am. Hey Eric, technically I'm somewhat right there with you, somewhere in the middle.
So I'm the one who chose shut up into the end because besides watching anime, I took some time off from watching anime and I started to a lot of up and coming manga. And I found a lot of great pieces. I was like, this is why I like what we do here. We can talk, we can dissect, we can critique either good critique or straight bashing critique, like we do right here on this.
Right, but I'm gonna leave the last and final reasoning, and that is the anime's original story devocation.
Mm,
So that pretty much are the main reasons for why I didn't continue.
Make perfect sense. And this is why we're talking about what would make somebody drop the ball so soon. We got someone going for it. Hold on, let me go back. Go back to 13. Notable. Let's see what it says. Yeah, notable. Gundam like influence. The Gundam battle and intensity are intense and gritty, more grounded than Flash, which it is. Theme of war, betrayal, and the mech are two of destruction are similar to Gundam, which is Cold Geese, yes. Full Metal Panic, most likely. Rygart is a reminiscent of Amore. You gotta, ooh, no, he more so Amore than Hero U, but more morally conflicted. That's so true. The element between media. Ooh. Element, story depth. In the manga, you get a full continuity far past the war arc. Anime covered the invasion arc. TV covered the same arc as film. The ending, full resolution, open ended, same as the movie. Character backstory expanded in the manga, condensed in the anime film, and condensed in the TV series. The tone, grind and mature, so mature enough you put a gun on the dude because I haven't seen it for 5, 6 years. Too damn mature for that thing. Balance with action, slightly softer in tone. Animation, there's none on the manga. high quality, the same quality you see on the TV series. Fun fact: Rygart name is inspired by Ragnarok, hinting at the destruction of Earth. They'll find it the only golem without quad-based control is a mysterious relic of the past civilization. The creator, Yunosake Yoshinaga, is also a mechanical designer. Explain the detail. Phew.
Ooh. Wait, damn. So that starts to make me question: is Gundam's original creator, are they mechanics? Because if not, damn, this really had an upside.
That is a good question because let's be real, the level of detail on this golem mech is too detailish. And I firmly believe a lot of the artists in the Mobile Gundam
All right,
franchise,
Eric.
they're mechanical designer too.
I hope, because that would be interesting.
No, because you cannot sleep on that. Because let's be honest, later, Eric, when you watch Mobile Gundam, if you look at the detail over time, it was getting better and better and better to the point where you can almost ask yourself where to get these parts from, how these parts are actually being made. That to show a level of insight. Mechanical designer, you can't sleep on these type of people. Concluding, Broken Blade is a powerful and emotional Renaissance mecha fantasy story that combines the grit of war anime with high fantasy world building. The unique mix of tragedy, love, moral dilemma, action-packed mecha combat, and anime give a visual punch. But the manga delivered the full emotional and political weight of the narrative. I'm gonna look for it. I'll read it. Now, I posted a bunch of news for share my screen on our Discord server. Let's see. There we go. Let me go up a bit. Yeah, from here. When I post this, there are lots that are coming right now. You got Doro Dead Doro season 2. So the trailer should be out already by now. Y'all a fan of that one. Let you know that right now. One Punch Man season 3 is coming out soon. So that to be a trailer for that coming in as well. My Hero Academia season 8, as well as Vigilante season 2. They have information coming out this week for that. Spy X Family. I'm sure a lot of people would have watched this one. It's an ongoing growing fan base for this anime. This is coming out very, very soon. Then for I think by now to have a trailer out for that one. With Storia, I watched the anime. It's a very unique anime. I think it's very cool. I'm surprised. I'm happy they're coming out with the season 2. That'll be in 5 days. I mean this week. Fire Force season 3 part 2. More information about it coming in this week. Elusive Samurai. I haven't got a chance to watch it. And I hope some of you guys must have watched it. Let me know how you feel. If you like the anime, maybe to talk about it. I'll watch it first before we talk about it. We have Sander also coming out. Danger in My Heart. I have no idea what kind of anime that is. I'm not going to talk about it that much. We got ReZero, season 4 coming out in 6 day, the release trailer and release date. Tokyo Revengers, season 4 coming out this week. Oh yeah, I have confirmation about Record of Ragnarok. It's season 3 coming out next year. It eventually came out this week and eventually will come out next year. When next year, I don't know. Fermin season 2 information will come out this week. Baki Duo. Some reading the more advanced manga and trying to find out that'll be based on the adaptation of that manga. They'll let us know the day will come out. Either it's coming on Netflix, which I'm thinking that'll be the director that we're going to. Since all the latest last Baki app series coming out on Netflix. Fifth of the North Star. That I didn't mention. They're gonna do a remake of that, so that eventually come out this week. Demon Slayer, the movie. What I've been informed about the movie is that they do no more series anymore. They will start doing movie going forward for the Infinity Castle. So the first movie, movie one, the trailer for the movie is coming out this week. Haku, movie two, is coming out information to come out this week. Ghost in the Shell, new anime. Information about that one thought to be coming out soon this week. Hell Paradise, another dark anime. Hmm, it's not as dark as Berserk, but I'm sure it's as dark as Hunter x Hunter. More information about that in season 4 to come out this week. Jojo Bizarre Adventure Part 7, known as Stillball Run. Information coming out this week for that. ORV, aka Elite Seed, anime to come out this week. Information. Jujutsu Kaisen, Season 3. There's information about that coming out this week, so I'll look for it for you guys. Solo Leveling Season 3. Information about that to be coming out this week as well. Black Clover Season 5, right? It has been confirmed that Black Clover will be coming out next year, ladies and gentlemen. Black Clover is coming out next year, but it'll be exclusively on Crunchyroll. I'll find more information about that. Chainsaw Man movie information will come out this week. Bleach Part 4 information about that series to come out in this week as well. Cyberpunk Edge Runner, I believe that will also come out on Netflix as well. We'll find more information about that. Let me see what else I posted up in here. I know I posted something about Chainsaw Man, got that talking out. One Punch Man. Yeah, talking about Bleach and Clover already. Talk about Fern already. It came out July 4th. Fire 4th. Talk about that already. Hair Paradise. I think the information already came out already. Let's see. I think we got to talk about most of these already. Oh yeah, Dragon Ball Super. They put the information. I'm gonna look for that information for you guys. They put it came out already this week already. And that's about that for that one. And I had information what they say about how the new Demon Slayer Infinity trailer character they did more than 40 million views, which is crazy. Um, Let me see what else I can pull up for you guys. That I have not talked about yet. Oh yeah, they had a tournament, which is really crazy. For the Hajime no Impa announced first official boxing event, which was going on in Japan. It will be in November of this year, November 18th, Japan. It's based on that anime, but you want to go in that competition, that's up to you guys. Let me see what else. Secret Lab, we're doing a promotion, right? Based on a game, which is crazy. Let me see if I can find information. In a second. Okay. Let me stop share this for a moment and share this one. What I found out, let me see. Secret Lab, everybody knows about Secret Lab. They were doing a promotion based on their anime theme game called Genshin Impact. And they were doing a sale coming up soon, probably based on certain characters in the game. Now, if you're into buying Secret Lab gaming chairs, secret lab tables. They're very unique, but they're not cheap. So I will say, if you got the money, you got the bag for it, go ahead. If not, wait for it to load up. I think it'll take a while. I have the link on our Discord server, so I would suggest look them up. Give me a second and get back to our Discord server. Okay. There's a new anime called Gachi Kuta coming out very soon. I'll find more information about that as well. Let's see. Right on the Sheer Hero season 4 coming out soon. Let's see what else. There's a lot of anime news I posted here on our Discord server. And I'm trying to see I get as much information as possible for you guys so to look into it. Now we're about 1 hour and 40 minutes into our conversation. And I want to put a summary of what's going on right now. Right now, I'm trying to see how we can keep you guys up to date on any upcoming anime shows we'll be doing, as well as Hold on, put it. Give me a second. Hold on. Give me a second. Sorry about that. Sorry about that, guys. What I'm trying to do right now, I'm trying to get the thing situated. So I'm thinking, oh, there we go. So here what I'm trying to do now going forward. And we will link the Discord server onto the YouTube channel. I want to make sure I keep ourselves up to date with upcoming anime shows, movies, any event that's happening in the US. If I get the information, I'll make sure you have to post on our Discord server so you can be up to date with what's going on. Maybe you get also a post on the Quarter HQ network post, set it whatsoever. Other than that, since I'm going to be heavy about this anime conversation, this is what we'll be doing going forward. Other than that, this was a good show. There's a few anime that I have in mind I want to speak on soon. I want you guys to give me a suggestion because, for one, this kind of let us know what's really going on when we find some of these animes that it had a great storyline, but got left hanging, right? Hunter x Hunter. That is a huge franchise. I'm not sure we can cover that one very easy. I'm wondering if we want to revisit some of the anime we already talked about or discussed already, so we can revisit it back. That'll come to my mind right now because we need to work on other past anime that we have done, including Dragon Ball Z and other franchises that we are very passionate about. We're looking for a new co-host to join us as soon as possible. That's in as well. So I'm wondering, based on you guys' suggestions, what show should we revisit for more details? That's something I would like to know. Because when I look back on our past live, we did some great shows so far. And there's some topics it's still left to be worked on because there's a lot of detail, a lot of information that we can speak on, or based on how we go about it. You know what I'm saying? So we had Zoe. We can go back on Zoe, but not too soon. We can go back and talk about Doctor Stone because there's multiple seasons in that one already. Um, what else? What other show we need to go back on? I'm trying to figure out. Now we told another one. Attack on Titan, another one. Um, let's see, and then Dragon Ball Z. Is there any anime that you want us to speak on, to dissect, to break down in based on either the whole franchise or the season? Please let us know in the commentary, in the comment. Wally, you there?
I am. I'm just waiting for you to close. I'm just ready for you to actually officially close out the show because
Yeah. So this is my final thought concerning this anime. I will be real upfront and frank about this. I hope another production company pick up this project and finish it off. I get the idea of sales dropping on the manga side of things. It could be a lot of reason behind it, either because of the timing, because that's a lot of year for 18 volume. I think it'll be more than 18 volume, be like 32 or 60 volume, because that's a lot of year all the way through. It could be a lot of things. I don't know. This anime had a great plot, it had a great storyline, it had a great character building. It kind of twisted in the ghetto side of things, but it's very neat. Just like we will soon get a chance to talk about Guyver, the Barabuta armor, which I want him to watch it first before we step on it. Because you will also going to agree if you look at it that way, because something that's doing great, all of a sudden we don't hear from you for a long while, we start to question like, what's up.
I mean I watched Gabi before. I just didn't know it was an anime.
And that's the thing. You didn't never know it was an anime. If you watch the anime, you be like, whoa, the anime is better than the live action.
Hmm.
That's why I'm not a fan of live action adaptation of the anime. It don't always do it justice, if you ask me. Why did I say please and please and please do not make a anime adaptation of Power? It's not gonna look good.
As it was, man, you go watch the Yakuza do some crazy shit. Samurai.
This is not Afro Samurai, right?
You go watch the Yakuza cut off some hands. All right.
But other than that, this is a great show, great topic. I know we didn't get a 2 hour mark. I know the ghost of Sparta will be mad lingering with his Sparta blade, which is not shot him properly. But other than that,
I ain't gonna
what's
do
your
no.
final thought?
My final thoughts, ladies and gentlemen. First and foremost,
Oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord.
Broken Blade is a good anime. Y'all should definitely go watch it. Part two. Well, no, I said part two. Number two. Hey, look, we can only give you what we can give you. We ain't gonna stretch it no further. AKA, I'm not gonna stretch it no further. Which is why I was being blanked for a good minute because you're stretching it too further. We had to get it and go. Get it and go. That's how I look at this. Is get it and go. We can't go further. We can't go further. But real quick though, let's leave out here with the last remaining updates for the next shows coming on within the week. So tomorrow we have Fitness 101, where beginners become warriors. Stay tuned as Paul Bennett and Coach Berg coach you up on fitness and how should you start your fitness journey. And then on Saturday we have a great showdown battle between iconic figures, Link versus Cloud, the Ultimate Hero Showdown, or should I say, well, one of the many Ultimate Hero Swordsman Showdown.
I would say that to anybody who want to watch that show on Saturday, if you have played Link, Legend of Zelda, if you have played Final Fantasy, either of the two games, if you have in-depth knowledge for the debate and argument, please come. Pick your poison. I know I played Final Fantasy a lot more and I got a chance to touch Link on the Nintendo doing on what video. No, Nintendo
Game
64,
Boy, all the
Game
Nintendo
Boys.
fanboys.
They got a chance to touch them more. Well, on the PS1, PS2, Final Fantasy, it was my thing. Loud was my boy. So I'm gonna bring my portfolio of argument and evidence for the sake of cloud. Sorry, I mean it sound
The only
biased.
evidence I'm bringing is an evidence of balanced conversations, as I always
I,
do.
I I know you're being balanced. No, hey, I know you're being
I
balanced,
mean,
but
I'm not. Look,
but
again, like,
if I had to do it like Depth Battle, shout out to Depth Battle, the YouTube channel, we did a collaboration. Please don't take our material. You do way more better than us.
I mean,
You
but let's be honest here. Technically, balanced conversations is still the death battle. Because again, no matter how
yeah,
you want to swing it, it's still gonna be that way. Look,
I'm
ladies and
not. I'm
gentlemen.
not. I'm not trying to be auto biased, but I'm just saying I'm gonna let out his weapon. I'm gonna let out
I
his
mean,
weapon.
no one's. It may seem biased at the beginning, but again, it's a workaround. You got to hit the 10 point. You got to hit the standpoints.
You see what happened? We did the John Wick versus the Punisher, and I was being challenged by the whole army platoon with me against the military. Like, god damn, like I'm just stating the facts. I wouldn't be biased, but
Hey, what do you think when I did the whole thing on Captain America? Even though that wasn't really an argument, I was really throwing up. Hey, I that
I'm
was like a
sorry.
slight dig, and I was like, I wasn't
No,
really arguing this.
no, that one was too technical. I was like, oh no, you did not do that.
I did, but
You
I mean,
were wrong.
don't get me wrong. I mean, yeah, but like I said, it was a small dig. It was a small.
It was it's technical, but was like a low blow technical.
Of
He
course, but
ju-
that's what I'm saying. It was a
you're
small
like
dig.
he's a juicer. Stop it. I was like,
I mean, don't get me wrong. He had a juice. He
no,
was gonna
he
stay
was
alive.
technically he was legally juicing under the United States government. Legally.
Pretty
Was
much.
it illegal juicing? It was legal juicing.
Pretty much. All right. So Sunday is
Oh Lord.
to be announced amongst the gray area show. So please stay tuned for that. And then Tuesday, ladies and gentlemen, we have one day or day one, the grind that builds greatness. Stay tuned for that conversation. And next week, we got a cult classic. We got a cult classic. Ladies and gentlemen, for all of you out there that are Saint Seiyas, you already
Oh
know.
boy.
The legend
Oh boy.
Knights, the legendary Knights of the Zodiacs. We are touching that anime next week.
But question though, how we gonna touch this one? This thing is big.
And this is why I always say, you can't do live streams with these damn things. Ergo, you're only gonna get a nice summary, and that's all y'all gonna get, ladies and gentlemen.
So you're gonna tell me on this one? You're not doing no season or series like based on because this they say that thing is old.
So is Dragon Ball, but we didn't do that long either.
True.
Uh-huh.
That's true. Until we got into an argument on calling King Vegeta the King Pookie, and you're getting tight.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'll be breaking his balls on his little thing that he was talking about with King Vegeta. Oh my god, I don't even know what it's called. I'll be busting his balls soon enough.
Well, here this part. This takes to your conversation. There might be a bunch of ball break because there's some character that I'm biased about.
Oh, here we go. Here we freaking go. Like, this guy got to sit down. And see, and he lucky too, because I don't got enough time to really be watching all of that from start to finish. Like I used to.
No, it's a lot.
Hold on.
And they did an animated version or no CGI version of it on Netflix, I believe. But the one on Netflix, it didn't do it justice because if you watch the old school version had over 200 episodes. 300 episodes. Might be wrong. Hold on, let me look it up right now. That's a good question. How many episodes in say okay, the original version, the conversation. The original Say anime is 114 episodes. That's from 1986 to 1989. Don't worry. We will get into the conversation about this anime. And we get all our story, we get all our fact, all our information. I just saw a particular company that run this animation, which is kind of interesting. So we're gonna see how we spin this conversation out. I know I might be a little biased, but I'm not gonna be grimy. I'll be logical. I'll be technical about it. I had to call it when I can see it. Don't get mad with me. It's not my fault if I don't call out what I see. But it's a great franchise. Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to go. We hope you'll be here next week for Six Day. We go back and forth head to head. He will bust my chop if I call certain things out, which he always does. Then when he know I'm right about something, he will actually agree with it. Or like he did with this episode, he went a little bit in on it, call it like he see it. But hey, it was a good show, good conversation. I hope I see you guys next week. This is CBN Tech Talk, aka Black David, aka Bear Paul. That is my host, co-host, Wally, aka the Punisher, aka the debater, aka he not let you run without the facts. What I notice, we enjoy this show. Be safe, and we see you next time. Peace.